Welcome to Streaming News Network, where we deliver balanced reporting with the facts that matter. This edition is hosted by Claude McDaniel. Please like and subscribe.
This is Claude McDaniel and this is Streaming News Network. We begin with our first report. Newly declassified intelligence documents are raising fresh questions about how the Federal Bureau of Investigation handled allegations involving the Biden family and Ukrainian business interests. According to a recently released summary from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, an operation codenamed Roundup began in late 2019, during the impeachment proceedings against President Donald Trump. The documents say FBI analysts reviewed years of reports from confidential sources involving Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, Ukrainian energy company Burisma, and alleged foreign influence. The operation reportedly resulted in intelligence assessments being added to confidential source files, characterizing some earlier allegations as Russian disinformation. The review also identified dozens of sources and dozens of people and organizations categorized for potential intelligence briefings. FBI Director Kash Patel says the agency has since disbanded the task force involved and is investigating its previous activities. The documents also state that the Roundup team did not independently confirm the allegations surrounding the Biden family. The disclosures are now prompting renewed debate over whether intelligence agencies applied consistent standards when evaluating politically sensitive information. This is Streaming News Network. A Georgia man says his brand-new Toyota Tundra suffered an unusual form of damage, apparently caused by reflected sunlight. Parker Marlowe shared video showing a long, melted-looking line extending from the windshield area down toward the truck's front bumper. Marlowe estimated the damage could cost about $1,500 to repair. He suggested the sunlight may have been reflected from a nearby window and focused directly onto the truck. The incident quickly sparked debate online. Some viewers criticized Toyota's use of plastic materials, while others argued that the truck was simply parked in the path of concentrated sunlight. The phenomenon is known as solar convergence. Certain energy-efficient windows can reflect and concentrate sunlight into a narrow, extremely hot beam. Under the right conditions, temperatures can become high enough to warp or damage exterior vehicle materials. Similar incidents have reportedly involved vehicles from several manufacturers, not just Toyota. Marlowe's experience highlights an unusual but documented risk. Sometimes, damage to a vehicle can come not from another driver, but from the way sunlight is reflected by nearby buildings. This is Streaming News Network. A controversial officiating debate is gaining attention in the WNBA after video comparisons involving Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark and Chicago Sky guard Natasha raised questions about consistency from referees. During Indiana's victory over Chicago, Clark received a technical foul after making contact with a referee late in the third quarter. Officials ruled the contact was intentional, but Clark disagreed, saying the collision was accidental. The technical foul was significant because it was Clark's 8th of the season, which would have resulted in a one-game suspension. After reviewing the play, the WNBA rescinded the technical foul, allowing Clark to remain eligible for the Fever's next game. The controversy grew after video surfaced showing Natasha making contact with the same official earlier in the game without receiving a technical foul. Fans questioned whether similar situations were being handled differently, while others argued the two incidents involved different circumstances. The debate comes as technical fouls continue to impact the league's top players. Clark and Angel Reese are among the league leaders in technical fouls, with suspensions possible after reaching certain thresholds. The situation has renewed discussions about officiating consistency and how referees manage high-profile moments in professional sports. This is Streaming News Network. Federal authorities have announced charges against 11 people accused of participating in what officials describe as one of the largest marriage fraud prosecutions in United States history. Prosecutors allege the group operated a decade-long scheme involving more than 1,000 fraudulent marriages designed to help foreign nationals obtain legal immigration status. According to the indictment, individuals seeking permanent residency allegedly paid facilitators as much as $100,000 for assistance arranging fake marriages with United States citizens. Those citizens were reportedly recruited and paid thousands of dollars to participate. Investigators say the alleged operation involved multiple states, including New York, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee, as well as marriages arranged overseas. Authorities allege the network involved recruiters, attorneys, tax professionals, and marriage officiants who helped prepare documents submitted to immigration officials. The defendants face federal charges related to marriage fraud, immigration fraud, and allegedly assisting unlawful residency. Potential penalties range from several years to a decade in prison depending on the charges. Federal officials say the case reflects an ongoing effort to target organized schemes designed to exploit the immigration system. This is Streaming News Network. Former sports broadcaster Michelle Tafoya, who is running as the Republican nominee for Senate in Minnesota, is calling for changes in state leadership while highlighting concerns over fraud, crime, and government accountability. During a recent interview, Tafoya criticized Minnesota's current political leadership, claiming years of single-party control have contributed to what she described as billions of dollars in fraud. She argued that taxpayers have been harmed by misuse of government funds and said the issue has affected programs designed to help residents in need. Tafoya also criticized her Democratic opponent, Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, accusing her of failing to adequately address fraud concerns. Flanagan's campaign has disputed Republican criticism of state policies and spending. The Senate race is being held to replace Senator Tina Smith, who is not seeking re-election. Tafoya said her campaign is focused on representing Minnesota residents rather than political parties or special interests. She also said she would support or oppose President Donald Trump's policies based on her own judgment. The allegations and debate over government oversight are expected to remain major issues as Minnesota voters consider the upcoming Senate election. This is Streaming News Network. Nick Reiner has been formally indicted on murder charges in connection with the deaths of his parents, Hollywood filmmaker Rob Reiner and photographer Michelle Reiner. Prosecutors say Reiner has pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of murder, along with special allegations involving multiple murders, lying in wait, and the alleged use of a knife as a deadly weapon. The indictment was returned by a grand jury following a confidential review process. The action allows prosecutors to move forward toward trial without a public preliminary hearing. Authorities say Rob Reiner, 78, and Michelle Reiner, 70, were found dead inside their Brentwood, Los Angeles home in December. The medical examiner's office determined the couple died from multiple sharp force injuries. Prosecutors have stated that the case involves allegations of a serious betrayal within the family. Nick Reiner remains in custody without bail. Rob Reiner was widely known for his acting role as Michael "Meathead" Stivic on the television series All in the Family, and later became an acclaimed director of films including The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, A Few Good Men, and Stand By Me. If convicted, Nick Reiner could face life in prison without the possibility of parole, or potentially the death penalty, depending on future decisions by prosecutors. A pretrial hearing is scheduled for September 15. This is Streaming News Network. A former executive of the Southern Poverty Law Center has been arrested as federal prosecutors expand a criminal investigation involving allegations of financial misconduct. Heidi Bayrich, a former chief financial officer and leader of the organization's hate group tracking project, faces charges including conspiracy to commit wire fraud, making false statements to a federally insured bank, and conspiracy related to concealing money laundering. Federal prosecutors allege Bayrich helped create bank accounts under false company names to conceal payments connected to confidential informants working inside extremist organizations. The broader case involves allegations that millions of dollars in donated funds were improperly handled between 2014 and 2023. Prosecutors claim money was directed to individuals associated with extremist groups as part of an intelligence gathering operation. The Southern Poverty Law Center has denied wrongdoing, saying the payments were part of a long-standing effort to collect information on extremist organizations and that law enforcement agencies benefited from information provided by those sources. The organization and the defendants maintain that the allegations are being mischaracterized and that they intend to fight the charges. The charges remain allegations, and all defendants are presumed innocent unless proven guilty in court. This is Streaming News Network. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame legend Rod Stewart is taking time away from the stage after undergoing a heart procedure. The 81-year-old singer has canceled approximately 4 weeks of performances from his farewell tour and Las Vegas residency after doctors placed a coronary stent. Stewart's representatives describe the procedure as routine and say doctors are pleased with his recovery. The singer says he is feeling better and appreciates the medical team that cared for him. Stewart apologized to fans for missing upcoming performances, saying he was disappointed that his recovery schedule required him to step away temporarily. The cancelled dates include shows connected to his One Last Time farewell tour, appearances in Las Vegas, and scheduled performances in several cities. The announcement follows previous health-related interruptions, including earlier postponed concerts after medical issues involving a respiratory infection, vocal strain, and a moment during a performance when Stewart used supplemental oxygen. Stewart launched his farewell tour in 2024 and remains one of the world's best-selling music artists, with more than 250 million albums and singles sold worldwide. His team says he is expected to return to performing after completing his recovery period. This is Streaming News Network. A new dispute has emerged over the cancellation of the Roseanne revival, with Roseanne Barr's son defending his mother and criticizing former cast members involved in the fallout. Michael Fishman, who played DJ Connor on the series, recently said the cancellation of the revival was justified following Roseanne Barr's controversial social media post in 2018. Fishman said the post caused real harm, while also expressing that he still cares about Barr and believes people can make mistakes. Barr's son, Jake Pentland, responded by arguing that his mother was the person who suffered the most from the controversy. He accused members of the cast of failing to hear Barr's explanation before supporting the show's cancellation. The controversy began after Barr posted a social media message involving former Obama advisor Valerie Jarrett. Barr later apologized and deleted the post, but the network canceled the revival shortly afterward. The network later created The Connors, a spin-off featuring much of the original cast without Barr. As part of that agreement, Barr gave up financial and creative rights connected to the series. The Connors continued for several seasons before ending in 2025. The latest comments have renewed debate over accountability, free speech, and the complicated legacy of one of television's most successful sitcoms. I am Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. Thank you for watching and staying informed.
Thank you for viewing Streaming News Network videos, and also short and special reports. Please like, subscribe, and tap the bell to be notified of additional reports.